Good evening, everybody. You can see Kermit's about as excited as I am to finish this book. Chapter 11 and 12 is coming right up. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. Let's get started. Snow and Tell. Here's Olaf with his tasty little treat of a nose. Snow and Tell. It had been a few months since Olaf had helped Anna and Elsa end the internal winter in Arendelle. And as one of the kingdom's newest residents, he wasted no time in exploring his home. Olaf loved seeing new sights, hearing new sounds, and smelling new smells. One day, Olaf happened upon a group of children. A parade, he squealed. I love parades. Hi, Olaf, a girl named Lisbeth said. What are you doing today? Just wandering around town, Olaf replied. You mean wandering, she said. No, wondering. I'm wondering, why are you parading inside when it's so nice out? It's not a parade, Lisbeth giggled. It's school. And then she followed her classmates into the building. Olaf was curious. He had never been to a place called school before. Peering through the window, Olaf saw Lisbeth. She was in front of the class, sharing her collection of seashells. They were different shapes, sizes, and colors. My shells are special to me because my papa is a fisherman. He sails a boat to many different places, and he's always bringing shells back to me from his trips. Then the teacher, Miss Halvorson, welcomed Olaf inside. Would you care to join us? She asked. Really? Could I? Olaf asked. We're having show and tell, said Lisbeth. Ooh, gasped Olaf. I love show and tell. That's my favorite. What is it? Miss Halvorson explained that the students were sharing their collections, groups of items that had special meaning for them. It was Finn's turn next. He poured smooth, shiny marbles into his hand for the class to see. Olaf noticed that the collections could be made up of all sorts of things, like marbles, rocks, figurines, and even fish. Olaf loved hearing about all the different collections the children had brought in. Suddenly he raised his hand. Miss Halvorson, can I share my collection too? Olaf asked. I think you mean, may I share my collection? Miss Halvorson said. Of course, Olaf said. She smiled. Go ahead, Olaf. It's your turn. Hi, I'm Olaf, he said. And I like warm hugs. I collect them from everyone I meet. Miss Halvorson smiled again. Olaf, collections are usually made of things you can touch. Olaf's eyes lit up, and he nodded with excitement. First, Olaf pulled off his carrot nose. Then he reached up and took a handful of snow from his flurry. Next, he pulled out an icicle with the tip broken off from behind his back. It was certainly an unusual collection. He placed each item on Miss Harvelson's desk. Olaf, Miss Halvorsen began, I don't think you understand. Items in a collection have value or meaning. Yes, they're unique. Right. They're special in some way. Gotcha. Miss Halvorsen looked at all the items on her desk. Usually we collect things that aren't just parts of our bodies. But Olaf pointed out that his carrot nose was not just part of his body, it was the first gift he'd ever received. This carrot reminds me of the day I met my friends, Anna and Sven, Olaf explained. When Anna gave me the carrot to use as my nose, Sven was so cute. He kept trying to kiss it. So whenever I see it, it makes me smile. One of the children raised her hand. What's special about snow? Olaf pointed to the small cloud over his head. This is my own personal flurry. My friend Elsa gave this to me. He said, she said snowmen didn't last long in summer. Now, wherever I go, I think of her friendship. Miss Harvalson began to understand. And the icicle? Olaf held it to his eye. I use this to watch for my friend Kristoff. When he returned to the castle to save Anna, he explained, it reminds me of what true love looks like. When Olaf had finished sharing, he looked at Miss Harvelson. Miss Harvelson, your eyes melting, he said with a smile. Miss Harvelson wiped away a small tear. Then the entire class cheered as they came up to hug the little snowman. Olaf was thrilled. His collection of hugs had just grown a lot. The end. I'm so glad you came along today to listen to this story. There's only one more left in this book, and then we're moving on to the 5 minute princess stories from Disney. You're going to love them. I'm positive. Our next story is Frozen 2, and that concludes our book on Frozen 5 minute stories. If you like one, So feel free to rewatch it. It's good. Always subscribe so you get the newest stories and you don't miss anything. Thank you for tuning in tonight and sharing your time with me. I hope you all have a good night and sleep tight. Bye.